Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing today on this bright and sunny Monday? Truth Over Lies Daily. Once again, thanks for tuning in. Today, we're going to talk about this question real quick about soulmates. Going back to the earlier questions from back in the day, 2018, and there's this question about pretty much about soulmates. Talking about pretty much if somebody um, knows God's will, but doesn't do it, for some certain reason, and then he pursues someone else. Um, does God then prepare someone else for the woman that then becomes God's will? I know that's a mouthful, but if one believes in soulmates and they don't end up together, where does that leave a woman of God? Simply single? First of all, I really don't believe in soulmates. I don't believe that God just has one person forever. I believe God does plan certain things for certain people. He does match people together, but God also gave us free will, and so if someone makes decides, they want to go another way, I believe God can raise somebody else up, to be that help me to be that partner or to be that husband for that person. Um, One thing you do have to be careful of is you can't marry somebody else's husband or wife if they've already made that covenant, because God comes and he holds people to their covenants. So when you find somebody else, you want to find somebody that's um, unmarried, somebody that is not divorced with their spouse still alive, someone who is either widowed or have never been married. Um, According to the doctrine of Jesus Christ, if you believe in Jesus. But again, I don't believe in soulmates. If a man doesn't do God's will in that moment, God can create a new will. He can create another partner for the woman. If a man is called to marry a certain woman that is his helpmeet, and the woman does not want to do it, or the woman chooses to marry somebody else, God can create another woman and bring her to him. You know, our testimony, as you guys have maybe heard, maybe not, but God created my wife and brought her to me, and it was a great thing. I don't know if anybody else was supposed to be my wife, but I know that my wife was supposed to be my wife, and our marriage we celebrated 12 years a couple weeks ago, and it has not been easy, but it has been God's will. So God can work His will out because He's God. He can do anything. He can do all types of things. He can respond to bad decisions that we make and redeem them. We're not held only to one person for our whole entire life. If that person dies, or if that person makes a bad decision, we can God can do something else in our life and make all things beautiful in His time. Again, not talking about you divorce somebody and then marry somebody else, because that's adultery. We do have to hold to our covenants that we make with our mouth, because God is a covenant keeping God. But, I don't believe in the whole one shot soulmate. I do believe that God can work His will out in our life if we obey Him and we pray. So, how people talk about how there's not enough, good men for the women that want husbands. Some people are going to be single and serve the Lord with gladness and basically accelerate His kingdom coming on earth, and that's okay. But there's also something that you can pray for. You can pray that all men would be saved and come to a knowledge of the truth. And if men start to become saved and come to a knowledge of the truth, then they're going to want to do God's will, and they're going to want to find um, and be faithful to their wives. So just pray for His will to be done and for His kingdom to come, and everything that God has for you will happen. So thanks for tuning in to Truth Over Lies Daily. If you have any questions, just give me a message, and I'll do my best to research and find the answer for you. God bless. Talk to everyone soon. Peace.